trackside, put down their tools to wave at the special as it goes through. The next stop on this special is Junction City. Ordinarily sleepy town of Harrisburg, Oregon. Today it's not so sleepy. There are about 100 people out here right on the railroad tracks next to Main Street listening to Senator Robert F. Kennedy, who's brought his campaign special to this town where no other candidate has been so far. TV crewmen climbed up on top of boxcars next to the town's one of two grain elevators in the town. They've taped signs up to the boxcars, "Kennedy's the one," a takeoff on the Nixon campaign slogan. All the main streets in Harrisburg are blocked because the Kennedy train is long enough that in this small town covers the whole downtown area.
I don't think that's acceptable for the American people. I think they have to end their corruption, have to end their dishonesty, broaden the political base of their country, put in political, social, and economic reform, put in a land reform program so they gain the support of the people. I think that we should make a continuous effort to ensure that they take these kind of steps, because the government in South Vietnam exists because of the power and the prestige and the position of the United States. So that if they're going to go forward and carry this conflict, they're going to have to have the support of the people. And only if they take the steps.
The people in Eugene who wanted to hear Senator Kennedy are already at the University of Oregon, where he's scheduled to begin at 2 o'clock, only 15 minutes from now, a major speech. Train is slowing down into the station.
I think I'm just let the train sit here. I'm just going to stay here.
Oh, there's quite a few people here. They're just back at the cars.
Yeah, the sign that's at the front of the depot here is blocked off so many people we can barely see them. Charter buses lined up to carry press people into Eugene. The U of O is about a mile away from the railroad depot, a little bit too far to walk. Kids up on sides of buildings, on top of boxcars. Once again, a band playing Eugene.
Hooray for the press!
Thanks.
All right. Stop right there.
He's out on the platform now. On the platform, the supporters cheering, his face well tanned, a little bit perspiring. It's quite warm and muggy here in Eugene. The sky overcast, just a slight tinge of smog in the air, although they don't admit that they have it in Eugene. They're trying to load the Kennedy girls into the car so that they can be up at the U of O to greet the senator.
Make two lines and get a pathway for the senator.
They're going to use the Kennedy girls as a flying wedge to help Senator Kennedy get into the car. This is a new use for the uniformed girls. The senator saying a few words to the crowd about how happy he is to be here in Eugene, the head of the Wyoming Valley. A few light remarks. The Kennedy girls have formed up now in a gauntlet so that the senator can run between them to get into the car without being caught by the large crowd. A crowd of Reagan supporters once again around the end of the private car. Reagan signs blocking off the Kennedy signs. Bobby's telling one of his Reagan jokes again that we heard in Albany. Kennedy's finished his speech, and the Kennedy girls swinging into song. The crowd moving around, jostling, hands upreached, trying to shake Robert Kennedy's hand. They're opening the gates to the rear platform. He's stepping down. He's a little bit hesitant to step down into that mob of people plastered against the sides of the car. Railroad guards moving up to try and pull him free. Motorcycles, the police escort gunning up. People scrambling for the press buses. Kennedy's still trying to get down the steps of the train. There are about 50 people plastered hard against the side of the train.
CBS, Election Central, Eugene. Okay, again, this is Steve Kirchner, Judy Ziegler, and Hunter Jameson, along with our Florida campaign at large. And this is about all from here right now. This has been George Cowan reporting 4th and Stark at the Reagan headquarters.
And this is the Oregon Collegiate Broadcasting System. Robbie Robinson files this report from McCarthy headquarters in downtown Portland.
This is Warren Robinson. There's dancing in the streets. I mean that literally.
Get the report. Get Bob in here. He has a special report.
Among thousands of people are in the street near the old Elk building at the McCarthy headquarters. About 38 minutes ago, McCarthy stood before a group and thanked them. Thousands of cheering people in a packed upstairs room for the victory here in Oregon. McCarthy thanked the people for the beautiful buttons. He said they're the best buttons they've ever had anywhere, the best signs, and the best people anywhere. McCarthy stood before a crowded room as the people nostalgically sung the Battle Hymn of the Republic. As I was standing by, a message came in that Kennedy had conceded, and all of a sudden thousands of people started cheering. People of all descriptions here. Someone was helping an 80-year-old woman up the steps. In fact, 2 80-year-old women up the stairs, as thousands and thousands of people are still here celebrating, eating, laughing, watching the reports, milling around, having a good time. As I said, there's dancing in the street at the McCarthy headquarters.
The floor was covered with crumpled cigarettes and waste paper, and Warren Robinson looked around the room and told us that their throats were dry and their eyes were wet. It was the scene at the Losers' headquarters last night. It was the scene at every Losers' headquarters. Not just the biggest loser of them all, Bobby, but everyone who lost. Kennedy can afford to lose, but many of the smaller candidates paid the bills from much smaller savings accounts. Some of these people have regular jobs which they can return to. Some, like Monty Montgomery, who was defeated by Clay Myers, may be able to continue in the politics of their own area. Some, like Bill Bowes, the Portland City Commissioner, who will face former State Representative Shirley Field in a November election, may be on the way out yet, with retirement ahead. Some of these faces will be back with us in 2 years, you can be sure. One face, Bobby Kennedy's, will be back with us next week. California voters will be given a chance to show their political leanings. They'll probably stop either Kennedy or McCarthy. The state has potentials to lean toward either candidate. And once again, there will be a floor covered with crumpled cigarettes and waste paper. And Warren Robinson's line will be repeated again. Their throats were dry, their eyes were wet. This is Robert Rynerson for Newsday. Workmen along the track side put down their tools to wave at the special as it goes through.
I think they have to end their corruption, have to end their dishonesty, broaden the political base of their country, put in political, social, and economic reform, put in a land reform program so they gain the support of the people. I think that we should make a continuous effort to ensure that they take these kind of steps, because the government in South Vietnam exists because of the power and the prestige